This week we are going to break down the actual cost of traveling about 1,000 miles with our travel trailer. Stay tuned to find out what the total dollar amount is going to be. Welcome back to Millers in Motion. Our time here in Elkhart, Indiana is officially coming to a close, and we are going to be heading back to North Texas. But I always ask myself, what's the real cost of that, Ryan? So we're going to travel just over 1,000 miles, 1,035 to be precise, here from the Alliance RV factory in Elkhart down to our home base in North Texas, and we're going to break down every single penny we spend along the way and give you the real cost of traveling about 1,000 miles in the U.S. With that being said, we are going to talk about fuel stops, which obviously are going to vary based on time of year and cost of fuel you have. We're going to talk about food. I have no food on board except for some bottles of water, and so I'm going to have to eat out every step of the way. Our overnight expenses, and anything else that comes up along the way. So with that, let's get on the road and start talking about all this money that it costs to RV. All right, well, we were about 2-ish hours into the drive and it is 9 a.m. and I have still not had any coffee. So I stopped at a Love's. I actually didn't get fuel or anything, but I did grab a rather large caffeinated beverage. Also, I was getting hungry, so again, no food on the road. So I stopped. This one also had a McDonald's, so I grabbed a breakfast sandwich and more coffee. It's important to fuel with the caffeine so that I can go. And if you've been around this channel for any sort of time, you realize, or you know at least, that coffee, caffeine are my friend. So, all right, back on the road. All right, well, I've made it to our first fuel stop, which means we're going to spend some money. And I will tell you that I'm going to give you two numbers on fuel because I want to show you the value of this, the Open Roads card. And I will say that if you do choose to sign up for this, which by the way, they take credit cards now. If you do choose to sign up for this, if you do the link below, it does help support our channel. Just so we will get a little something, free gas, out of it. So with that though, you get discounts, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head because this was a crime of opportunity pullover and I didn't really look it up. So, but I'm going to fuel up. I'm going to give you the total it would have cost us, and then when I'm done, and whatever's on the screen here in a minute, I'll put what we do pay. So let's get this going. All right, well, just wrapped up, and it ended up being $115.78. And right here is what I actually paid after the Open Roads discount. So that brings our running total to, I don't know, whatever it says on the screen. The next stop we have will be for something to eat for lunch. And again, I have to buy a lunch versus make a lunch because I don't have anything to make. So we're going to spend some money there. So I'm curious to see what the total is. I'm a little scared too because, All right, so fueling is done. It was only $87.61 or whatever after the Open Roads card right here. And I'm going to give you the total. I'll give you three numbers. I'll give you my overall total, my fuel without Open Roads, and then my fuel with Open Roads. So, and then I guess the totals with each. There's going to be a lot of numbers on the screen at the end. I'm sorry. But it matters. I mean, you can see the savings differences, that kind of stuff. So I don't have lunch yet. I'm going to order that on my phone, but I have to run inside to get it. But I don't want to leave quite yet because this truck in front of me's brake lights are on and he's, I guess, going to go soon. I don't really know. So as soon as he pulls out, I'm going to pull up and then go inside and grab my lunch that I ordered from my phone. All right. Another round of McDonald's. I got a 20-count nugget. I did get a small thing of fries too, but yeah, I'm trying not to eat a lot of carbs, so I went with chicken nuggets, which still aren't great, but it's the best thing I could find at McDonald's. So ended up being like $9.84 after tax or something like that. So add it to the list, and I need to get out of here because these trucks are all over the map. And my next stop should hypothetically be my overnight. I did just go ahead and book the site, but I'll talk about the price when I get there. All right, so we're at our final stop, but I got fuel first. So spent $84.28 on gas, but I'm also getting DEF. So let's see how much that cost as well. All right, DEF only cost $18.57. I don't believe I get a discount on that. So let's get shifted over into the sites, and then we'll talk a little bit about how much that cost and kind of a daily breakdown, which I have no idea what it is. So this will happen from time to time where someone's technically in my spot. They're just hanging out over there. So they just got back in the car, so I'm assuming they're getting ready to leave. But yeah, this happens. I kind of linger for a little bit. If it takes too much longer, then I'll kind of ask them to like move. And then if that doesn't work, I'll go inside and tell somebody. But this is pretty rare. All right, well, after that person was in the site, we officially are in. We are at our Love's RV hookup. I normally love these. This one, I'm less excited about. And I only say that because this is the most unlevel one that I've been to. This very much so feels like an afterthought, which most of them are, to be honest with you, because they're adding them everywhere. They could have done a better job leveling this one. At one point, I had all four wheels off the ground. Obviously, I adjusted that. They're all four back on the ground. And I didn't have to unhook, but there's a motorhome over here. I don't know how they got level, to be completely honest. So anyway, so as far as dollars spent here, so these can range. They have kind of variable pricing. And they can range anywhere from like $45 before tax up to, I've seen $69 or $74 on the high side if it's a super high demand spot or area. So with that, we paid after tax $49.84 for this one. So that worked out. They do have some options for discount. There's a 10% for Good Sam members, military, and seniors. And then you can also use this as a qualifying, you can use the sites as a qualifying purchase for your rewards for Loves as well, which I do because then you get like a free drink or something like that at some point. All right, so with all of that, I think I'm going to get inside and get everything unloaded, trucks off, just kind of sit for a second, get the Badger game on because it's Saturday, and just kind of regroup. There's a Carl's Jr. here. That's what I'm going to have for dinner. Fast food one more time, and then we'll count that up too. Yeah, let's get inside. All right, well, we are in the rig situated. Carl's Jr. is what's going to be the final thing. And for this, it was $14.22. All the numbers I'm giving you are after tax. It's pretty much what I paid, or in the case of fuel, what I paid after the Open Roads discount. So, yeah, that was a little pricier. All I got was a burger combo. I did splurge. I've been dieting, and I've been very good about it, but I got chocolate shake instead of the drink. Oops, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry? Anyway, all right. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to crash and go to bed. So I'll see you right here in the morning for day 2 of how much does it cost? Why does it cost so much is probably a better, yeah, probably better. All right, dinner time. Food time. Whee! Morning. So I just got a breakfast burrito from Love's. See how that goes. I don't need to make it far. I've got my protein shakes. I just want something a little real foodie and a coffee. It's like 5:45 in the morning. I hit that line. I want to be home now. So this all cost, I don't know, like $6.74, I think, $6.78, something like that. So I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, this is first round. I don't know that I'm going to stop anymore and spend any more money. And so I'm curious where I'm getting close on totals. Obviously, if I do stop, I will show you. Also, I don't know if you can see behind me, but if you see how that, there's 3 RVs over there in 2 spots. So one of them is that little Class C, or Class B, I mean. So don't do that. So like if I was in that Integra, I don't know that he can get out now. And so, I mean, he might be able to, but if he turns right, there's tail swing. and if he turns, he might not be able to turn left. So just, I don't know if that's somebody with the Class A on the other side or not, but that's why they have these parking spots all around here. He literally could have gone anywhere else and chose to go there. So just kind of crappy, kind of one of those stupid things that you shake your head at and you go, why? I don't understand. So just don't do that. Don't be that guy. All right, let's get back on the road and finish this drive off today. Go see Lorana. All right, well, I am almost all the way back home. I still have about 30-ish miles, but on the north side of Fort Worth, before the split in Denton, there's a blue compass, and we have a really quick turnaround for our next adventure, which you guys will see at some point after this video. I'm not sure if it's the next one or a few after that, but yeah, I'm working on, I need to get the rig cleaned up because I have killed every bug from Texas to Indiana and in reverse because I never washed it while we were up there because Alliance had it working on it. So I'm going to get it cleaned up here. Typically, I would wash it myself at the house. I have all the tools and the gear. But to be quite frank with you, I only have 3 days to turn everything around. I need to get work done. I need to edit videos. And we need to readjust and pack. And I still got to clean the inside of this. So for now, I'm going to let them do it. But I'm going to add this into the total cost too. Just because some people, they do this every time kind of a thing. All right, so I did end up stopping at the Blue Beacon because there wasn't long of a line. I always kind of judge it based on that. My total was $86.40, but that is based on I did my truck and my trailer, and our trailer is just under 30 feet. So they base your trailer cost based on your length for your RV, just so you know. Same with motorhomes because there's actually an Integra coach next to me over there. I also do the Rain-X on both, and I only have them do soap and water, and then if they have soft bristle brushes, I'm fine with it on the front cap where the bugs are, but try not to use them as at all possible. So I like this one. It's technically in Sanger, North Denton, however you want to call it. They've always been great. I've brought every coach here. So I did forget to mention I also got tire shine put on all of the tires. So $86, I don't think it's bad considering the amount that they do, and I get the truck and the RV wash. So now that it's nice and clean, all I have to do is clean the inside and I can put it back kind of quick. So we are on the home stretch of getting back to the house. Once I get there, full disclosure, I am going to just straight up get everything parked and situated. We'll sit down in my office once I get unloaded and everything, and we'll talk some dollars. All right. Well, I'm back here at home base and I'm kind of digesting all of the cost associated with everything here. And I came to realize two things. One, my total open road saving was about $35, give or take a little bit. And when I got to Elkhart, before I hooked up, I put a full tank of gas in my truck. I used probably 99% of it on the drive, so I'm gonna add that in, but now. Now, I did not use my open roads cards there. I just went through a Casey store and filled up real quick on my credit card, but I put $143.74 in. I just driven down from Wisconsin. I was very empty. So that now brings our new total to $604.26. With that, I drove just over 1,000 miles from Elkhart back to our home base just outside of Fort Worth, Texas. And that's what it cost. I would say that's probably par for the course because I estimated the fuel portion of that to be around upper 300s, lower 400s. That's obviously very loaded depending on where you're driving. I was in central United States coming from north to south. It did get cheaper as I got closer to Texas, and that typically is the case. There's definitely cheaper ways of doing it. There's definitely more expensive ways of doing it. So hopefully you learned something from this. If you have questions, feel free to comment down below. Do us a favor, check out the RV Shenanigans podcast. We talk all things RVing over there. And we have some fun travel videos coming up for you next. We're going somewhere bucket list for us. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye!